All right now. And we are live. Supreme, beautiful rising. Happy new day. I know that it is in the evening, right? But we are here and I am grateful. Oh, wow. This is a day that we have made as a collective consciousness. So we must be glad and rejoice in it. I am grateful for this now moment, you guys. Let me go ahead and pin this really quickly. Let me see if I went ahead and send it out. Let's see what we can do here. What we can do here. Well, hello, Papaya. Hey, Mama. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. All right. Let me see. All right, let's go here. Okay, do that. Okay, all right. We got them coming in on the IG side. I just wanted to say that I am equally on YouTube as well as IG, providing that the sound on YouTube is working. I am well, Papaya. I am so awesome. Awesome sauce. Thank you. How I'm glad that you are here. And it is amazing that you came right up on the YouTube side. So it's getting out there. So I'm grateful for that. And as you guys, if you guys see me looking over here, I'm looking at YouTube. If you see me looking over here, I'm looking at Instagram. Hi, Jay. What's up? Supreme Day Golden. How y'all doing? Peace and blessings to Pardo Irie Thinking. All right. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you. So I'm going to be looking in between, they alerted you. All right. Hercules. Hercules. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. I have a lot to share with you guys today, but I'm going to try to condense it. Um, because I am, doing this live a bit late than usual. I normally do my lives early in the rising, but I just, got caught up with a whole lot of things to try to look, change up a little bit, do something a little bit different. And so now I'm here to do a live this evening. But hopefully what I got to say, you got the alert on IG. Get the heck out of here. How about them apples? Well, all right now. Cosmo say he got the alert on IG. All right, well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hmm. Hi, Nature Wolf. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you guys for being here. I know y'all probably saying, what is up with this title? Um, that what y'all want to do about it, right? What you want to do about it, because I had the pleasure of in my little self rendezvous, right? I wake up in the middle of the night for whatever the reasons are, and for some reason my face hit this. I don't know how it hit a back button or whatever the case may be, but it popped up on IG. Young Pharaoh, right? And I don't know if you guys have seen this reel. I'm trying to think of the person that actually put it up. I know his name got God in it or something like that. But it's with Young Pharaoh talking about blood types, right? Now, I was up last night because, honey child, my AC went out. It went out like it got clogged or whatever. So it has like this safety mechanism that when it gets clogged and it starts to leak or whatever, it shuts the unit off. And honey, it got 80 degrees in that house real quick, right? So, it was a plethora of things that was going on last night and or early this rising, and so therefore I was up, and when I laid back down and just was rolling, I had my phone, I was listening to some meditation music, and somehow it went off of YouTube onto Instagram. And when it went on to Instagram by itself, now this is something that my face did or whatever, I don't know what maneuvered it, but all I know is that I had it on um YouTube listening to meditation music, right? So and then it pops up with Young Pharaoh. Now, young Pharaoh, I will always say, young Pharaoh, he was on a different level. He was on a different playing field, or plane, I should say plane. He was on a different plane. And if you guys see me looking over here, looking over there, that's because I got YouTube and I got Instagram going all at the same time. So I'm trying to give both platforms equal amount of my attention, because I notice within myself, I always focus on YouTube, but it's only because the comments roll a lot more on. I'm always looking at Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm always looking at Instagram because I notice that the comments roll a little bit more on Instagram than it does YouTube. But I still want to kind of sort of give it equal amount of my attention. So you might see me look over here. This is IG, and you might see me look over here, and this is YouTube. So I'm going to be back and forth like that. So I don't want you guys thinking that I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, to which many of you already probably do, but in a good way. Well, young Pharaoh, how can I say? He came here to give a message, but then also he also came here to have an experience, right? Because we got to remember that we're multi-dimensional and we're multiverse, right? So yeah, we might have came here to give a message and fumble the football and do a whole lot of other little things. So this is where it's not, we are not here to be judgmental, because we are very diverse in terms of our essence as to why we chose this now moment to be expressing energy onto this plane in this density, right? So that's why we can't be judgmental, right? He still did what he had to do. He still came and set the bar and set the standard of what it is that at the time, the energy that he needed to emit, he emitted it. And then he still decided to have this incarnate experience in the way that he is having the experience. I know oftentimes we would like to say, oh, he's gone, he's MK Ultra, he's lost, or whatever the case may be, or what have you. But I feel a little bit different about that. I think that he did what he came to do, because there's people like me that listen to this very not YouTube, this very real. I listened to it like 10 or 15 times, right? And I just let it go. I just let it repeat, because for some reason it was I can literally feel that it was unlocking something within within me that I'm about to express to you guys today. So hold your mule, hold your horses, because this shit here, what I'm about to say, it is not politically correct. It sure the hell is not orthodox or constructed by normalcy to what you guys, how you guys understand, overstand, or even understand, a lot of things. But nevertheless, I'm going to plant this seed out there for fertile ground that's willing to just take it and be open to the exploration of what it is that I am about to convey. Now, I did say what y'all planning on doing about it, because one of the greatest things that I've learned in all of these goddamn cartoons, right? And all of these cartoons that comes out, that's somewhat metaphysical in nature, where it's Power Rangers, whether it's Transformers, when all them motherfuckers get together, when all of them come together and shit, and put their hand on top of each other hand, and unite and stick together, and start sticking together like Legos and shit, that's when shit begins to happen, right? That's when the shit get rolling, right? And so, and we take a lot of what it is that we have seen in our childhood and everything. A lot of little clues, a lot of things has been right before our eyes. The truth is really right before our eyes. It is hidden in plain sight. It's not hidden in a manner to which people think that, oh, it's hidden in books, it's hidden away. No, it's hidden in plain sight. Is that you just have to be at a vibration to be able to understand what is actually hidden in plain sight. Now, for those, I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to look at that shit. God doggone it! I should have put it in my stories. Don't charge my heart. Don't charge my heart, because I'm just not good at the shit. Every time I get on live, and I was gonna do it right before I got on live. I said, "All right, let me put the shit on there or whatever." Oh shit. Okay, I can play it. I got it on. I downloaded it from because the origin of the video is a TikTok video, so I did download it from TikTok, so I can play it. But the video is every bit of 10 minutes long, right? It's every bit of 10 minutes long. But as I say, I'm not going to keep up too much of you guys' time, and so therefore, I made myself because I've downloaded. I may put it in a reel and post it on my platform as well, so that you guys can associate what it is that I'm about to say here with with that video. Now, what young Pharaoh did say in that video, he was talking about blood type. He was talking about AB positive, A positive, B positive, O positive, O negative blood, right? And he was talking about the prokaryotic cell and different things of that nature. Okay. And what he was saying that is that just to give you a quick synopsis of what that video entail, basically the O negative blood is the purest, is the what you would call the untainted, right? The untainted. And he kind of like paralleled those who had the purity of that blood, people that were a part of the Illuminati, right? People that are part of the Illuminati or whatever the case may be, right? And he broke it down to the point where the difference between people that have O negative blood or the mitochondria blood, and he always associated with Africa, but I'm going to beg to differ, as Africa being a point of origin, right? Of organic, um, organic being, right? Because the O negative blood, if I go based off of what he's saying, the O negative blood is or untainted blood, how he says it, is what you would call, what we would probably call Yakub or the Anunnakian, or um these alien species, right? That kind of comes along with the story of them, doing genetic modifications, and integrating, right, the bloodlines. And basically he says that it's not that it's basically contaminate the bloodline. That's the way that he's looking at it. But and I don't like using those words because I understand the construct as to why, if I took what he says, I understand the construct as to why this would have taken place, right? To take your DNA, to give it certain purities, so it does have the ability to be receptive to the energies, frequencies, and vibrations, because you have life source energy, so everything has to be a part of the universe. But then to kind of somewhat downplay it, right, in frequency, because a lot of times people don't realize that genetics is frequency, energy, vibration, it's codes, right? So let's and I'm going to, what I'm going to do to make this more palatable to ingest, I'm going to use the story, the slave story, right? I'm going to use the slave story, and I'm going to use a creation story. So that way we can kind of get the gist of, why would they take a pure blood and mix it with, as he said, the rhesus monkey for the RH, the RH factor or whatever the case may be, and what they call it, coyote, which is the dog, which is the dog gene. Okay. All right. So I'm going to shape it around that, because everybody is familiar with that story. But I'm going to kind of somewhat put it in a way to kind of, for it to make sense from a metaphysical perspective in terms of creation. Now, for the slave race. Now, if you are trying to create a slave race, right? If you're trying to create a slave race, you want them to have certain capabilities of functionality, right? You want them, you're setting the parameters of what you need for this slave race to be able to do, right? But you don't want them to be able to out genius you, okay? So when you look at the frequencies, and so therefore you understand the quantum aspect of how to compromise the energy, right? even though they get, let's say they give you the God energy, right? They give you the old negative aspect of the God gene or whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying it so that you guys can understand it and follow through with what I'm saying. So in the essence of creating a slave race, right? They understood that they had to create a construct in frequency, right? Through genetics, okay? So that in the density, so that the density could create itself as the third density, because remember, the third density was manifested, right? But it was manifested because of the creation of, the what we want to call the human race, right? Because of this compilation between a lot of star seeds. I'm not going to take the Pleiadians out of it neither. You understand what I'm saying? I honestly believe that they were allies once upon a time, and they worked together for the conjunction of, this little experiment, right? So and so therefore when they compiled it in regard. But the only thing is that when the way that young Pharaoh and everyone else kind of like gives the story, it still gives the story in a sense of a superiority aspect of its expression, not necessarily from a scientific perspective to say, okay, if we're going to create this race for slavery, we first have to not make it viable in terms of, how can I say, its intelligence, right? So it has to have a lot. So it can't give you a straight old positive, then, because you would be the exact same thing as the being or the entity that is creating you. I'm just using the concept of what, how you guys understand it, because I still understand it a little bit differently, but just for the sake of you guys to be able to follow what I'm saying, I'm going to keep it along with that way. Okay, so if you're in creation, and so just like right now we are creating robots, right? We're creating all of these different things. So therefore, the analytical aspect of what we are creating is not for it to be a god over us, it's for us to be a god over it. So in the construction of everything that we're doing in terms of this, these robots, these androids, this artificial intelligence and different things of that nature, it is designed for the creators of who's creating it, for it to be the god over it, and for it to be of service to the source that created it, right? So it's only repeating itself in terms of what we are seeing now, and in terms of, the AI and the androids and different things of that nature. So that's kind of somewhat falls in parallel in terms of what, the genetical aspect of it, to which that's code. So now I got to recalibrate you. And then now, because of your recalibration, you're going to emit a different vibrational essence. In the essence of you emitting a different vibrational essence, now you're manifesting a density. Now, to manifest a density, you're not going to have, let's say, like he said, that O negative, that God essence of where the mitochondria is out of the cell instead of being in the cell and creating chromosomes. And what creates chromosomes now give you your A positive, your AB positive, your B negatives, and all of these different antigens that comes along on the blood. Now, the surface level of understanding is that that's because you're having sex with someone and you're creating these babies and everything. But when you look at the science of it all, it has everything to do with the frequencies of the combination, right? Because there were certain frequencies that had to integrate with each other in order to create a density that would create an avatar that could sustain itself in that density, right? So when they were giving us the evolution from the monkey, from the monkey to the man, okay, that was what they call it, a false sense of truth. It was just a little bit more faster than that, because science has been around since the beginning of being. Right? It's been around. So when they said that, you evolved from monkeys, right? That was just basically kind of somewhat sort of giving you some truth about how they took a more denser energetic form to create a realm that can now house that can create these particular vessels that can house a more denser frequency, so that you and I, or the human being, or whatever the case may be, can be propagated and more so moved into a slave mentality. So this whole construct of even your biology, your microbiology, what that what that represents to me is the beginning of the creation of the fallen frequency, and creating a being that can support an avatar, or creating an avatar that can support the density for such said slavery or what have you. Because remember, the polarity, the experience of the polarity, you have to create an avatar that can sustain itself in the density, that can emit you more control over the essence of what it is that you are creating. No different than what we are doing now with a lot of, these androids and artificial intelligences and different things of that nature. It's there, and it's being designed for it to somewhat take over, where we left off, in my most humblest of opinion. Okay, but I'm just using this because you guys are still stuck in the illusion of separation. But I'm taking what young Pharaoh says, and this is my interpretation. Hey, let me put a disclaimer out there. Okay, this is Patrice's understanding of such said information. This is how it computed and processed within me, and how I'm understanding. Now someone else may hear the same thing and understand it in a different, set of understanding, and that's quite fine. But I'm just saying this is how I'm beginning to understand it. What that still says in terms of what he is actually saying, right, is still says that it is a creation for the fall in frequency that creates the illusion of separation. Okay, all of everything that because for those of you guys that are saying that, the divine feminine, right, the woman was asexual, right? And so therefore, this is where the mitochondria aspect comes into it, because the cell was outside of the information was outside of the cell, instead of the information being inside of the cell, that is being what they call chromosomes, right? So if we have chromatics or chromosomes or whatever the case may be, that is because of what it needed to happen in order to create the density of this realm, so that the avatar, your vessel, your spaceship, however you want to call it, can be able to sustain the density of this realm, right? And be able to compute with the frequencies and the modification of the frequencies and different things of that nature, to maintain basically the experience of this realm. So they had to create an avatar. So basically, in order to experience the polarity, they had to create an avatar, right? To deem itself suitable for the experience. Okay, they had to create a dense body to be able to. So I know that a lot of people still is moving from the essence of, this the control and I get it. That's not a lie. Okay, it's not a lie, right? It's plausible. Okay, but in the science of it all, if you look at the science of it all and you have an origin, and I'm just taking what young Pharaoh said in terms of the O negative, right, being the supreme mitochondrial essence of genetics or whatever the case may be, right, in terms of the frequency. If you have a set of beings or entities that is coming into a realm to be God over something, and to create a race that it wants to govern for the sake of whatever the case may be, it doesn't make sense for you to create it equal to you in essence, in terms of where you want to control them in the density that you are now manifesting as a result of this creation. It doesn't make any sense, right? Because then you'll be able to have the same ability, mathematical computation to overthrow, right? You wouldn't be as docile as we are, right? Right now we see a lot of things that are going on, and we are still in the essence of docility. We're not, a lot of people have this rage in them, and they want to do something, and they want to be about it, they want to do about it, they want to do something, but they ain't doing nothing about it. You ever wonder why, we talk about let's do something, let's do something, let's do something, but ain't nobody trying to do anything? Because you ain't programmed. You ain't programmed to do nothing. You ain't programmed to do nothing. That's not your programming. And I know it's hard for people to really see themselves as like they are a robot or android, but you if you are still listening to the news, you are internalizing it, you are emotionally responding to it, and you're coming online and say we need to do this and we need to do that, and ain't nobody sticking together or getting together, right? Ain't nobody doing nothing, right? We're just still saying we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome. Now, my question is, as I say, what do you want to do about it? Right? We all know that we got to, they pausing the live on IG. We all know, right, that we, but no more. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. We, verse V, more shall me shall me or more. I know I got Spanish and all Spanglish and French and all that shit all up mixed up. Right? Right? We keep saying it, but where is the coding in the in the essence of because the real truth of the matter is, in order for you to not have the experience, right? You have to vibrate out of it because you're not calibrated, you're not coded to be able to respond in a way that is going to be productive for a realm that was created. Your avatar was created to do exactly what it's doing, right? To serve exactly where it's serving. Now, what happens is that when you now come into the essence of all of these energies that are coming on for the aspect that was unlocked, your DNA that was unlocked, then now you can vibrate out of it. Yes, you can vibrate out of it. Of course, you can vibrate out of it, but how many people know how to vibrate out of it? Because we've been so conditioned and cultivated into this system and distracted and all of these many different things, and we don't see ourselves in the essence of being able to do so. My thing of it is that I understand that we want to be okay, especially neuromelanated beings, right? Let's say that everything is true, right? Let's say that the neural, I'm just for shits and giggles, just I want to say something. What that says to me is that if we are the supreme race, if the black woman, the black man, or whatever, we created this realm. There's an essence of us that is more pure than what we are, because not everybody has O negative, right? O negative blood can give blood, is universal, but it can't receive it. It has to have O negative blood, right? Okay. So my thing of it is that the realm, so if we are the God and we are the divine, and the black woman is this, the black woman is that, then who created this realm? When are we going to deal and address the fact that the creators of this realm that has the superior gene, that has the intelligence, that has the frequency intelligence, that has a realm intelligence, created a realm where we are expressing energy in a density. We are moving from an avatar that is expressing energy in a density. So if we are so good to be the superior, the superior, I'm just saying this just to give you guys something to think about. Okay, just give you guys something to think about, because we wanna be first. So now that we at the first of the line, and now that we can acknowledge that, okay, it was a neuromelanated being that did all of this. Well, goddamn, you created the hell consciousness. How about them apples? Right? The essence of you that we done climbed Jacob's ladder so much. Jacob's ladder is genetics, right? We done climbed Jacob's ladder to the knowing now that it got to be the black woman, it got to be the neuromelanated being, it got to be this, it got to be that. So if this intelligence that came onto this plane, that decided to integrate with a different form of energy, because monkeys and dogs is just energy being expressed differently, right? They have different genetical codings. So if it decided to integrate its genes, right, its genes, and integrate with a different energy form, right? That's how I look at it. A different energy form. You guys call it dogs, you guys call it monkeys, okay? But I call it different energy forms that houses a different codes to create a different code that creates a different avatar. To which that is what is being done when y'all be going around getting these pure breed dogs and everything, and they mix a poodle it's no different. It's the same damn difference, you guys. No different than when if okay, truth be told, if we were smart and if we wanted to have certain intellectual babies and different things of that nature, right? You would pick a gene, right? You would be careful who you mix your gene pool with, right? Right? Right now, you can go into a lab now and you can pick what type of baby you can put a combination to, and in hopes that it be a genius, in hopes that it has an IQ of this or whatever the case may be. This is science has been around for very forever, ever, right? But we are adding emotion to it because the density that we are experiencing is that of which we no longer want to experience, right? There is an essence within us that says, okay, well, yeah, we are here, we done experienced it, and we tired of this shit because we shouldn't have to be paying to work and eat and all this other kind of stuff. There's nothing else on this planet that pays to live or eat but us, right? But this avatar, people that walk around, go to work, this and that, or whatever. It's this avatar. Nothing else really pay to live or eat, right? So when you begin to understand that, when we pull back, like I say, peel back the onion, peel back the layers. Now that you understand that, okay, let's say for shits and giggles, okay, the O negative, right, is the superior, right? Let's say that, right? Because we all know it's across the board that O negative donors, right, can give blood, right, but they can't receive it. They can't receive a blood that is contaminated because their blood is considered in this realm the more purest of blood, right, right, uncontaminated blood, right, okay. But then, in essence, if we still want to place the narrative that the God is the black woman and the God is the neuromelanated being, then the same God that you're saying is the black woman and the same God that you're saying is the neuromelanated being that has the O negative or the purest of blood that is expressed on this realm, then that same being that's neuromelanated created the hell consciousness. So you can't be glad and say, "Oh, I'm a god and I created this realm and this and that or whatever." Then not want to take response because remember, you got the yin and the yang, right? You got to take the ownership for all the shit because then here it is that people that look like you that house that frequency of O negative blood, right? Created a realm for people that look like you to be a slave in. Okay. So I want you guys to see it from that perspective, because then you'll begin. This shit ain't about no you. It's about intelligence and it's about manipulation of energy. Okay, they don't give a fuck how you look because the agenda coming into the essence of the creation of this realm was exactly what we are experiencing in it. Okay. So when I say now, because I want to take this home. Everybody talking about it, but nobody ain't about that life. Ain't nobody trying to be about it, right? How many times somebody done said on July 4th, we ain't gonna do this. We gonna stop paying rent. We're gonna stop going to the store. We're gonna stop public transportation or whatever the hell. And no, nothing commits. Nothing commits. You ever wonder why? That nobody it's because it is frequency. Domination of frequency. What is really out there in these satellites and different things of that nature that got you scrambled, that got us scrambled, right? That now we have to become aware of to now recode ourselves, because we have the ability to recode ourselves, because once you are aware, you can recode yourself, right? That's putting that God gene into active. They had to put you in a density so that you and deflect you from that aspect because they needed that aspect in order to be able to manipulate the frequencies. You had to be a part of the frequency. So you had to be a part of the infinite in order for the aspect of the frequency that they wanted to manipulate to be accessible, right? So they knew that they had to make you a part of everything. They had to give you access. But then the thing of it is either access granted or access denied. It's there, right? But they had to create it in a density, a dense energy, where the likelihood of those particular frequencies that put you in your God self will be less likely to be activated more so than activated, right? Okay. So I'm just saying. So when are we going to begin to understand? Okay, everything that y'all talking about in terms of the eukaryotic cell, the prokaryotic cell, the bloodlines, the antigens on the blood, A positive, AB positive. Yes, yes, all of that is so true, right? Intelligence created the avatar so that it could be controlled and contained in a density to experience polarity. Okay, to experience divine polarity. Okay, because it's all divine intelligence. Okay, right? So this is the way I'm understanding. Now, like I said, I listened to I listened to that like 10 times over and over again and again and again and again. And I hear still where he's at because even in that moment of him explaining himself, I said, okay, so he's still and he is a whole nother different, he's a whole nother different level of consciousness, right? Divine love, Lou spiritual, gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. He's a whole different level of consciousness. He's genius. He's genius. He's genius. There's a lot of geniuses out there, you guys. We all are geniuses, but he's activating his genius at a different level of consciousness. And but the thing of it is, what's up, Galaxy Goddess? Hey, Mama, how you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. He's genius. Okay, but there's a lot of geniuses out here. Okay, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of geniuses out here, but he really truly activated his genius at a different level of consciousness. But he is still concentrated in a paradigm of the illusion of separation. So he's giving you the information he's giving you is the beginning stages of the creation of the avatars to be able to support and sustain these densities for the very way that we are now expressing energy. Okay, the way that we've been expressing energy since the beginning of that storyline that I gave you guys, because I know you guys are more familiar with that story than not. So I use that story so that way you could kind of somewhat keep up with what it is that I'm saying. But it still all falls in within the creation of the illusion of separation, the creation of the polarity. There had to be an avatar that could be dense enough to sustain the density, right? And away, locked off away from us so that it doesn't, you don't have access to the God aspect of you, right? So that you can't overthrow shit. So they knew that they couldn't put you in fifth or sixth or seventh dimension. They had to manifest third density. And in essence of manifesting third density, they had to create an avatar that would manifest the third density. So everything was in a lab, a science lab, or however they did the shit back then, or whatever the case may be. Right? No different than where you got all of these unmarked buildings and they're laboratories. They're labs, right? All over the place. And you would never know that they're labs. Hell, there are labs everywhere, underground, on top of the ground. Hell, they even got a space lab out in the space, because when they really don't want your ass to know what the hell is going through, they go into another pod of a place where if they really don't want you to know what the hell is going on. So the characteristics in terms of the process ain't changed none at all. It ain't nothing changed, right? But the thing of it is that when are we going to, so now that we done established, and I'm just going to use this, because I understand that, we as neuromelanated beings, we want to figure some shit out, right? But for the sake of this live, I'm going to give you one. Right? Based off of young pharaohs The reel that I saw that someone did with what young Pharaoh said about your blood, right? What's up, Tyler? How you doing? Supreme. Well, it's Supreme afternoon. Damn it! Shit, I'm normally doing lives in the morning, so I'm kind of somewhat acclimated to saying Supreme Rising. But hell, I can still say it. Supreme Rising, brother. How you be? How you do it? Right? So I just want you guys to say you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, you can have your cake and eat it too, but then shit, it might be some seeds in there. It might, you might find a little hair follicle in there, some shit or whatever. You might find a few things that you might not like in there. Hell, it might not even taste all that great. You understand what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you got to take ownership and responsibility for the 360. 360, 36 equal 9. 360 equal 9. You got to take responsibility for the all. So that if I'm going to give it to you because, like I said, with young Pharaoh, right? Oh, well, have a wonderful, wonderful good time. That's what's up. That's what's up. Enjoy, enjoy. Um, I want you guys to begin to understand that, okay, let's say y'all did. We did. We are the O, right? We are the O negative, right? Right? We are the O negative. So if we are the O negative, then who created this realm? Who created this realm? Right? A lot of people are saying, and a lot of people say, oh, we got invaded by, but you are O. You are O negative, right? The gods, right? The gods. And a lot of times people don't really want to realize that there was collaboration more and allies more so than, beings bumping heads. Abundance, God, elevation, gratitude for your presence. Thank you. Thank you for being here, right? All this talk about all of these main characters like the Pleiadians and the what is the name? Pleiadians and the Draconians and the Anunnakians and the Octorians and all of that and everything. All of these key player names that keep coming up over and over again. Remember, them names keep coming up over and over again and again. They want you to tattoo that shit on your chest, right? They want you to tattoo on your chest them the name, but it's shit out there that we don't even have. Listen, it's shit out there that we don't even know the names. But then the shit that we do know the names of is constantly rolled and inundated. Why? Why do we need to know? Because they were the allies that was a part of creation of this realm. Probably where we got a lot of the antigens from in the essence of creating of this realm in agreement. In agreement. No resistance. Because in order to control something, you have to create it, right? In a way that it's not going to bring you the greatest resistance. Okay? At least for a little bit, right? At least for a little while, at least about 25,000 years or 2.5 million years or however long this shit, roll around or whatever the case may be, right? We can't have, because we got to get the best, get the best out of it as much as we possibly can, right? But then the science knows because that it does have the essence of, and I'm using young pharaohs, the O negative access to all frequencies. It knows that when you get into these corridors of where these true essences of divine frequency resides, not these, not these play ones, right? But the true essence of it's going to activate you. So that's why they always knew about the Great Awakening. They knew that this day was going to come based off of the codes and of your DNA and your genes. But my thing of it is that everybody want restitution. Everybody want restitution. Gratitude, Syed. Everybody want restitution, right? Or some type of redemption. That all I want you to know is that we are gods. Well, oh, it was this guy right here. TK the God. It's on here. Y'all go to his this guy right here, TK the God. Go to his his page. And you guys, I forgot to put it in my stories, but it's on, so y'all go to his IG, and y'all will be able to see that footage of YP breaking down the blood, right? Your blood types. Okay. And then you guys will begin to understand the premise of what it is. It's TK the God 222. Okay, TK the God 222. That's where it's at, because I didn't put it on my story so you guys can see it, right? Okay. All right. So, like I said, is yes, we are the gods. If y'all really want to know the truth, we are the gods of this density, right? We are the creation of this density, right? Listen to young Pharaoh and how he explains it, right? So I'm in the essence of vibrating out of it. So that's why I'm looked upon as self-hate. No, I ain't about no self-hate. Shit, I'm taking in these activations to say shit. The old aspect of my A positive genes or blood is activated. God damn it! I realize that I'm thinking beyond the fall. Shit, I'm taking in the frequencies because I well want to receive them. Okay, it ain't got shit to do with no self hate. I just understand it at a different level of consciousness, right? Not to say that it's a better than or less than, it's just a different level of consciousness. So when I hear young Pharaoh, I know where he is speaking at vibrationally. It doesn't make him less credible because I understand the vibrational vortex that he is coming out of. You dang on right, lose spiritual self-love, always and forever. It took me a long time to get to this spot, but I'm grateful to be in it now. Ain't no return. Ain't no going back. Ain't no going back. Call me crazy. Call me cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me. Ain't what you call me is what I answer to, right? That's what Medea said, right? Ain't what you call me is what I answer to, right? So my thing of it is this, right? If you begin to understand what this really looks like from a scientific essence of understanding, you the God. All right, I'm gonna give y'all that. I'm gonna give you that. You the God that created the hell consciousness, the polarity, the polar opposite. And somebody's gonna see, well, you know what, Divine, you a bitch for saying some shit like that. As a black woman, no. As a spiritual being having an experience that understands frequency, vibration, and energy, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I'm not stuck in y'all stories, because I understand where the stories reside vibrationally. Just like when I heard young Pharaoh and many of you guys, many of you I hear, and I'm humble. I'm humble because I say that's where they are. That's where they vibrating at. And then my thing of it is that y'all say this and y'all say that, but why ain't nobody doing nothing? Nobody never thought about maybe I'm not coded to do something. You know how many times people done got on this internet and everything talking about November 4th, November 5th, and July 4th. We not doing this and this and that and the blackout this and nobody does nothing. Why? Why? When you are aware that we shouldn't be paying to eat. We shouldn't be paying to live, right? We saying it. We're saying it. We for some reason we can't be in it. We can't be it, right? So my thing of it is, all right, so now I realize that I'm coded. I'm coded. I'm coded like a motherfucker now. Oh shit, snap. Got my ass coded out. Shit, let me Jimmy Neutron they ass right now. Yeah. So since you got me coded, I'm finna vibrate out of it. Especially with these frequencies coming up in this mug, right? These frequencies coming up in here, activating the system, right? Vibrating the fuck up on out of it, right? Because you have been coded. Your avatar was created. You got antigens on. If you A positive, AB positive, oh, whatever shit or whatever, and you got antigens on your blood, right? You got antigens on your blood. Your avatar was created to sustain the essence of this density and express vibrationally, and to give y'all what that looked like. You remember they say 440 hertz, right? Y'all heard that before. To express energetically in vibration at a lower vibration that kept you disconnected from the essence of your old thing. Now, young Pharaoh even said that some white people got old negative blood, right? Some white people got old negative blood. That's why I say it ain't about hue. There are other species that we don't know about, but we sure as hell know about the Anunnaki. We know about the Anunnaki. We know about the Pleiadians. We know about the Octorians. We know about the Lyrans. We know about the Syrians. We know about all of them key players. They were the ones that was in for the gusto, right? That was in different form, right? That had old negative blood, right? That was ready to create a slave race. They was all in cahoots with one another, right? All of them. And they say, let's this science, the true spiritual science, when you peel back the layers, right? They're losing separation out, right? We're gonna do the eukaryotic cell and we're gonna do the prokaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cell was the origin, it's all the same, right? To create the divide and the conquer. So they had to create an illusionary aspect of divide and conquer through the essence of your avatar. Okay, no different than when you going to a baby bank, right? A sperm bank. And you now want to try to, you want to mix your gene pool with the demographics of what this sperm come out of genetically, right? Oh, he has an IQ of 170 million, and he has beautiful eyes, and he has naturally curly hair, and he has 6'7" and shit. Oh, just pin checkpoint. You could put a check by all the shit that you want could possibly get in this genetics, right? In this coding of the genetics, right? Pick a baby, right? They doing that now. They've been doing it. To be quite honest with you guys, it's no new revelation about genes and understanding what genes are. Peeling back the layer. All I'm doing, you guys, is hi Joy. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. All I'm doing is peeling back the layers, right? So that we can see what this could also potentially, because remember, I always say, right? I always say there's infinite possibilities. Infinite. Where you vibrate is going to determine whether and how intense that experience is going to be for you, or that possibility of whatever that is going to be for you. How intense is going to be where you vibrate. Okay. Right now, we're being DNA activated because of that. Oh, I want y'all to go and look at that reel. Okay. Go look at that reel. It's 10 minutes long. Okay. Right. Go look at that reel. Then you'll begin to understand what it is that I'm saying here. And like I said, this is how I'm interpreting it. You guys may listen to it and hear something entirely different. Okay. And however you understand it, it is permissible. No war. See, war is a construct of the mind. If you want it to be war, it will damn sure be war. It will give you conflict, right? But if you want it to be understanding, it will give you that peace in that understanding. It is your choice on how you want to internalize and process the information. Many of you want to go to war right now, but don't even know how to do it, right? Because we ain't coded. We ain't coded to do it. You ain't coded to do it. Because what? It ain't about going and shooting nobody. It ain't about because the very thing that created this essence, right, was science. So the only thing that's gonna correct this shit is science. Science. The same thing that created is going to be the same thing that corrects it. Right? Everybody want to put the fisticuffs, right? But you don't understand, overstand energy, frequency, and vibration, the very thing that you are calibrated at this moment right now through the satellites, through the GPS. Shit, when you listen to the radio station, hell, how you vibrate, why you ain't a millionaire, all this other kind of shit, right? Why me, Lord? Why me, Lord? Why I can't have $1 million? You got Elon Musk. It's 7.9 billion people in the world, and Elon Musk got 204. Oh, here you go. They pause a lie. Elon Musk got $240 billion, and he won't give 7.9 billion people not even $1 billion. And he still will have 200 billion. Y'all don't get this shit. Poverty is a state of mind. It's how you are calibrated. And they constantly, all right, give me another idea, right? Give you something else, right? You ain't poor. You ain't none of us poor. And let me tell you why ain't none of us poor. The only reason why we think we poor is because Lamborghini costs of $250,000, right? A house costs $7.5 million, right? Manipulation of the illusion to separate you from self. So when you see these houses and stuff like that, and you're looking at them and like, dang, I wish I had a Rolls Royce. I wish I had a Mercedes, right? You are now falling in the construct of that separational fact. But for those who already have like the Rolls Royces and the Mercedes, they didn't see no lack. They just like, oh, I'm gonna get mine. It's there for the getting, right? By any means necessary. Because if it's gonna be an illusion, that illusion gonna work for me. Shit. If it's gonna be an illusion, it's gonna be a good goddamn illusion for me. Shit, it ain't gonna be no illusion, and then I'm suffering in the goddamn illusion, right? Because they place measurements out there that for you to have something to measure yourself, right? But you got people that what we call confidence. Confidence to me is that I'm walking abundant, motherfucker. I'm sure of myself. Ain't none of y'all bitches go tell me who the fuck I am. Is who I tell myself. Confidence is abundance. That's abundance. When you confident, can't nobody take you down off your high horse. How your mental self, in terms of how you see yourself. You could call me arrogant. You could call me conceited. You could call me whatever the hell you want to call me. I'll see you when I see you. Right? You either with me or you ain't. That confidence is abundance. So nobody can take you away from your abundance. Not even the measurements of poverty, not the economic system. Nobody. See, when you see people like that, ain't nobody taking them from their abundance. You can call me what you want to call me, say what you want to say about me, but I see myself the way I see myself. It ain't what you tell me, it's what I tell myself. So they stayed in that resolve of their resonance of their abundance, right? Right? We limit ourselves when we label ourselves, right? We limit ourselves when we label ourselves. What if there is a dimension past 9 ether? You just limited yourself to the 9 ethereal because let me tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you why I say this, right? Because conversation says we've all heard about the 9 ethereal. So because it's consistent, right? And everybody's saying it. That must be the end all be all. But what if there's more to just being non-ether? Well, because how can you be non-ether and you are infinite, right? You house the frequencies of that old negative portability, right? Can pour in, pour out, right? Different variations of dimensional essences of energies, vibration. You so powerful, right? Right? They dare not create a slave race in the fifth dimension. They dare not to create a slave race in a sixth dimension. They created a slave race in a density, a dense energetic expression of energy, right? They, those who got together to create, right? Say, all right, here go here. See, this is the thing with me. I make shit simple. That's why people don't really jive with me the way, because I just simplify the shit, right? And it's book savvy. It don't come with the theory and the scholarships and shit like that, right? I ain't no scholar. I ain't no scholar. I have no scholarships and shit, right? Because I simplify it. Okay. All I have to say is that they had to create your vessel, the scientists, right? That created you. Y'all call them dogs and y'all call them monkeys, right? I call them codes, because the dog and the monkey houses a certain frequency that can support and substantiate manifestation of a density that cuts you off from the O, right? From the old essence of the God self, right? So that you can be suppressed to be the slave self, right? The polarized version of you. So the antigens that's on your old self, right? Your old self, right? Is for this experience. Is for the creation of this avatar. Is for you to experience the polarized version of the expression of energy in this density. Cause they sure wouldn't put you in no 6 or 7 or 8 density trying to do this shit, because shit would have got activated a lot sooner than it did. They needed a density in order for the manifestation to commence in the manner to which it has, where we are experiencing a polarized version of our own negative self. So your own is still the same damn difference. O negative is the purest essence of God. The antigens on your blood is the polar opposite of that. It still comes out to be the same. No matter love being expressed on a higher scale of energetic value, you call it love. When it's being expressed at a lower density of expression, you call that same love being expressed at a lower density of expression, you call it hate. Same difference. Your own negative blood is the purest of the energy, right? Where you got access granted to all shit, right? To express it in a polar opposite of third density, they had to put antigens on your old self, code you, right? So that you can create an avatar to experience this density. But everybody want to talk about, oh, we the gods, we the gods, we the gods. Well, let me give you some cake and a little bit of salt with it. If you are the gods, then you created the hell consciousness then. Take that. Y'all ready to take that responsibility too? People that look like you decided to create a realm that you now house energetically an avatar for, right? You house an avatar for, okay? And you are expressing this density in this hue, gods and goddesses. And the same gods and goddesses with the O negative blood look like you. Now, ain't that some shit for your ass? Who gonna tell y'all this like this? Somebody inboxed me and said I have self-hate. Ain't no way in hell I have self-hate. Because I love me some me. I love me some me, even in this density. Because this density taught me, right, that I shouldn't have love for self. That I should look at something else more superior than me, right? See, when you look at it from a different perspective of understanding, it changes the dynamics of how you process it vibrationally, right? Oh, you for them white people, them how? I ain't for no hue. I tell y'all all the time, I don't do hues. Because if I did hues, I would miss information. I ain't about the hues because I understand that that boo boo the fool that's standing on the corner holding a help wanted sign, right, or a feed me sign, right, can give me vibrational information, right? I get it. That's the difference between me and a lot of people that I understand it ain't stuck in the essence of hues because you got the Pleiadians, you got the Anunnakians, you got the Arcturians, you got the Lyrians, you got the Sumerians, all of them came together on your behalf to create this avatar with antigens on it, right? With antigens on it, just so that they can manifest a density so that you can experience a polarized version of self to pay to live and eat. Let that one rock your world for a second. Think about it again, right? Think about it again. Gratitude, manhood, mastery. I'm grateful. Think about it one more again. Did y'all hear the words that was coming out that came out of my mouth? Right? That's what I hear when I hear young Pharaoh talk. Oh, negative, pure energy, right? Antigen blood, avatar created for the sake of frequency, vibration, and frequency of this realm. To manifest this realm, they had to create a vibrational vortex through your avatar, right? Through the portal of a womb to bring people in to service this realm. In that vibration, through lineage, through birth, through all the things we do to have babies and shit, right? To get them codes coming together, right? When you want that baby to have blue eyes, you go look for you a blue-eyed man. When you want that baby to be tall, dark, and handsome, you go find you a man that's tall, dark, and handsome. Same goddamn difference. Same difference. When you are attracted to, I'm attracted to the Jimmy Neutrons, right? I need a brain. So no, same difference. Just y'all going about it a different way. Same damn difference. Now that's what I hear with young Pharaoh. Okay. So when you talk about the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell, I'm not taking away. All right, let me make this clear. I'm not taking away. Let me look at both sides. I'll be stuck on one side. I'm not taking away the truth because the truth of the matter is that when the energy is being expressed, right, it has the bearings of truth in it. Yes, the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell does have its houses, right, in terms of how it's coded, right, in the essence of what it is necessary to create. Yes, single cell organism, right, deciding to divide itself into a eukaryotic, essence of microbiology. But the thing of it is that whether it's microbiology or biology. What's up, deity? I got two things going on, sis child, because I don't give YouTube no love. I'm always looking at Instagram. So I said I'm gonna give YouTube some love, more love, because I'm always looking at Instagram. I noticed that on my visit, but hey mom, how you doing? Right? Deity Isis is in the house for those who you guys on YouTube. Gratitude for her presence. Thank you for being here. Right. So what that says, right, in terms of understanding the process of it all, is that your avatar is created for the expression that we are expressing. Now, if for the energy that we are expressing. Now, if you no longer want to express this energy, right, or the way that this realm is being ran, the polarity that this realm was being ran, then these codes are coming in that's activating your negative side of you, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys again, there are some what we may call here in the illusion of separation, right? What we call the phenomelanated being. Don't let the hue fool you, because the frequency of an O can reside in Pleiadian, can reside in Anunnakian, can reside in Arcturians, can reside in Lyrians, can reside in Syrians. And they all have different forms. So those that were of the quote unquote fallen, because remember, these are the names that they all put out there together, right? They put those names out there because them the ones that they want you to kind of be familiar with. But there are other frequencies, right, that are in different forms that you don't even know nothing about. Okay? But these are the ones that many of us know about. And it's on purpose why we know of them. Trust me on that. Because they were allies, right? In the essence of creating this realm. And you will hear young Pharaoh say that there are some white people that have O negative blood. So if O negative blood is the pure all be all, and it is the blood that created the essence of the asexual, the ability for the divine feminine to be able to procreate with herself, right? It's no different than me saying love being expressed in a high vibration. We call it the love. That's the purest of energy. And the same love coming down being expressed in a dense energy, we call it hate. It depends on where love is being vibrated at, right? So in the same as if the O negative blood is the purest, it's the God blood, right? And in order for the avatar to experience a polarity, it had to be added, contaminated, right? Contaminants on it, right? So that they could keep you away from your God self, because God knows if they put your ass in 60, 70, the shit would have been over before it even started, because you would have been accessible to the frequencies of those of the frequencies would have activated the DNA, right? The genetics, the codes. You would have seen shit light up and shit, right? Understand he's not galaxy. Who galaxy goddess? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, baby. Elaborate for me, because I'm looking at that back and forth at the thing.